overall behind Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson. Rodgers' highest rank he's earned from the 50 people surveyed was second, while the lowest, he was ranked 7th. So, Shannon, do you think it's too high, too low, or just right for Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, validation gets called Validation Thursday. And we like validation. I mean, if you're a writer, if you write for a newspaper, the ultimate validation you can receive is a Pulitzer, right? If I were an actor, if I was in Hollywood, let me get an Oscar. You know, if I were a chef, your brother Rick, he's James Barry.
Got 2 of them.
Yeah, for me, is that when they validate me and what I've been telling you. Now, 50, Skip Bayless tells me sample size. We need a large sample size. Dr. Fauci speaks sample size when he's talking about this epidemic that we're going through. 50 people, not just players, not just coaches, not just execs, not just scouts. It's a hodgepodge, it's a compilation of all of that. And they said Aaron Rodgers. Now, Skip Bayless, and some, will have you believe he stepped off a cliff. I said there's a lot of people that's going to want to step off that cliff with 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 4,000 yards with a 13-3 record. I said, what other than Pat Mahomes boy wouldn't take that right now? Because he said, you know, I'm a walking 4,500, 5,000 with 35, 40 touchdowns. Skip, I keep telling you this. He ain't going anywhere. He's still legit. I mean, let that skip. He was highest 2, and the lowest was 7. The lowest. Well, I mean, Skip, I mean, what more do you want me to tell you? I keep telling you. He's still that dude. He's still that guy. He still is.
This is simply about reputation. This is laughable. No, Aaron Rodgers third. Did anybody watch him? Did anybody study him? Remember, this league, all these executives are notorious for swinging and missing on picking quarterbacks.
Oh, my goodness.
I remind you, let's go back to the 2018 draft. I told you Baker would go #1, and he did. And he struggled last year, but I don't think he'll struggle next year because he deserved the #1 overall.
Okay.
And then next in line at #3 is Sam Darnold. I told you, I don't love him. And now they're really questioning Sam Darnold. And I told you, Josh Rosen went 10. I told you, he can't play. He can't play. And I was right. I'm usually righter about these quarterbacks than this league traditionally is. It just swings and misses like crazy in the first round.
If you don't mind me asking, Skip, why is it that they're always wrong if they got Rodgers or they got somebody other than Brady in the top spot? You never say they got this wrong with Brady. You talking about, what you say?
With Brady's the GOAT. How can they get it wrong?
Skip, just because he has the most Super Bowl does not mean he's still the top player in the NFL.
Well, he's 43.
Okay, what you say he's 43?
Well, I think he's about to win an MVP. That's what's going to happen, and you're going to have to eat a whole bunch of chicken fried crow over there, man.
Because are they giving? Let's see. Are they giving Mahomes the season off?
No.
Okay, what about Lamar?
I got my money on Brady.
Russ.
I like it. I like the narrative. I like the story. 43-year-old who gets pushed out the back door in New England, and down in Tampa, he's got weapons he never dreamed of in New England, thanks to Belichick.
Coach Belichick ain't put him at the front, though.
All I know about Aaron Rodgers is what I kept telling you. For the last 4 years, his stats have steadily declined. His QBR has declined each of the last 4 years, and his completion percentage has declined each of the last 4 years, hitting bottom last year with a QBR of 54, which ranked 18th in the league, and a completion percentage that ranked 21st overall. And all I need for my validation, my Pulitzer over here, was won by Pro Football Focus. Just recently, they concluded, as they ranked the top 50 players in the league, that Aaron Rodgers no longer belongs in the top 50. And to justify that, they said it came down to Aaron or Deshaun, who gets the last quarterback spot, and they decided to go with Deshaun at number 47, the last quarterback picked in the top 50. And their reasoning was, while Rodgers certainly has the better and more extensive resume, it feels like two players are moving in the opposite directions right now. While Watson's star is on the rise, Rodgers has become even more evidently part of the problem in Green Bay. And his own team spent the offseason laying plans to minimize his role in 2020 and replace him beyond that, because whom did they take in the draft? They traded up to take Jordan Love, maybe the next Mahomes boy. And they took him to fast-track him to replace the guy who just got ranked 3rd overall.
Third.
Ha, ha, ha. Is this a joke? Is this a parody?
But since you like to read, I'm going to read from the article when they talked about the quarterback. When he's humming, he's still tier 1, without question. One coordinator said, the things he can do, maybe outside of my homeboy, nobody else can do. That throw that he made to Tyreek Hill, my homeboy, Aaron Rodgers, as I told you, was the only other guy that could do that.
So the Packers are crazy because they're thinking Jordan Love can do things that Aaron Rodgers hasn't been able to dream of doing for the last 4 years.
Well, he's going to do the exact same thing Aaron Rodgers did for the first 3 years, sit on the bench. Because Aaron Rodgers is not going anywhere. And you know what? If I'm Aaron Rodgers, I go in there and I'm going to say, you know, I want out. I'm going to get them to the playoff this year, and I'm going to say, you know what? Y'all need to get me up out of here. See, since y'all want to draft a Jordan Love, I hope y'all love him because I'm deuces out.
Really? So I'm wondering, what did they watch in Aaron Rodgers? Because if you watch carefully Green Bay last year, you could not figure out how they were winning games. And I kept telling you that the real MVP was not Aaron Rodgers, it was Aaron Jones. He had a career year last year that he did not get enough credit for. He absolutely destroyed my team at Jerry World. That was an Aaron Jones game, not an Aaron Rodgers game.
Aaron Jones played really well. He had a lot of rushing touchdowns, Skip, but he was not even top 10 in rushing.
But he can catch it. Go look at his catch.
Yeah.
Go look at what he did on the road at Kansas City.
Who throwing him the ball?
The dink and dak balls that he carries for another 30 yards?
And in motion, in stride. So he doesn't have to break stride. And he had think about this. He had 26 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 4,000 yards, a 4,000-yard passing season. And Devontae missed 4 games.
He was doing just fine.
So that might be 30-4 with an extra, 500 to 600 yards? So 4,600, 30-4. Could I interest you in that?
Interesting. So Tom Brady has never gotten the credit he deserved because he went 199th overall. And Dak Prescott has never gotten the credit he deserved because he fell to 135th overall. That's how badly this league evaluates quarterbacks going into the draft. And once again, they have proven how badly they can evaluate quarterbacks now.
Tom Brady has never gotten the credit he deserves, and he's never gotten the blame that he deserves. So say it both ways, because all you want to do last year is make it about the defense and make it about what he didn't have. But what about your guy? He's supposed to lift everybody up. He was supposed to be uplifting.
All I know is he pulled off a drive, speaking of Randy Moss, in the first Eli Super Bowl. He drove them 80 yards for a 5-yard touchdown pass to Randy Moss that put them ahead 14-10 with 2:42 to go. And Belichick's defense spit the bit again and allowed Eli to drive 83 yards for the winning touchdown. And Brady lost another game-winning drive Super Bowl he should have had.
Hold on. How you want me to get this man credit? He's the first unanimous MVP in history. His team is averaging 37 points a game. He gets 14. And you're going to say, oh, well, Brady did. No, he didn't. He was supposed to get me 37. He didn't do that.
So all I know is that Tom Brady in another Super Bowl loss threw for an all-time playoff record 505 yards and put up 33 points on a very good Philly defense and lost 41-33 because Belichick's defense, without Malcolm Butler, who got mysteriously benched for the whole game, gave up 41 to the backup quarterback of the Eagles.
You see what you did?
Wow.
You do what a lot of people do. I remember when Peyton Manning was throwing for all those yards and he was losing the game. And you, because I used to watch you on the other show talk about it's not about stats, it's about championships, it's about playoff games. Now, all of a sudden, Tom Brady doesn't have a defense. Now, look at that, what happened. That's what other quarterbacks have been saying since the beginning of time. I can do what I do, but if I miss one and we can't stop the other team, which you couldn't do, so for one time, Coach Belichick said, Brady, I need you to outgun a guy that came off the bench, and he couldn't do it.
Aaron Rodgers, third, laughable.
Third, it got Nick Foles.
Laughable.
Nick Foles sent Tom Brady $2 million because he got him paid in food Jacksonville and thought he could actually play. And now look at him up in Chicago, about to fool them Bear fans.
Send that to Belichick.
Would LeBron James actually have a chance against Mike Tyson in the ring?
Oh, look.
We're going to discuss that next.